25. World's shortest commercial flight. Operated by Loganair, the world's shortest commercial flight takes place between two Orkney Islands. The flight covers a distance of only 1.7 miles or 2.7 kilometers, and if the weather conditions are favorable, it can be completed in 47 seconds. 24. Home of golf. Modern golf originated in Scotland, and the old course of St. Andrews, a town of the eastern coast of the country, is considered to be the site where the sport was born. 23. Possibly the oldest tree in Europe. Located in the churchyard of the village of Fordingle in Perthshire, Scotland, the Fordingle yew is estimated to be 3,000 to 5,000 years old, which means it could be Europe's oldest tree. With its massive trunk of 15 feet 16 meters in diameter, the yew is still in good health and may last for many more centuries. 22. Haggis. Considered the nation dish of Scotland, haggis is a savory pudding containing sheep's pluck, minced with onion, oatmeal, suet, spices, and salt, mixed with stock and traditionally encased in the animal's stomach and simmered for about 3 hours. Haggis is popularly assumed to originate in this country, but there is no historical evidence to prove this claim. 21. Scotch whiskey. If you ask people what they associate with Scotland, they will most likely say whiskey. And that's right, whiskey has been the national drink of this country for centuries, since 1494 actually, and Scotch whiskey, often referred to as just Scotch, ranks amongst the finest and most desired whiskies in the world. 20. Carlaveric Castle. Scotland is notable for its abundance of stunning medieval castles. Some estimates suggest that there are as many as 3,000 castles built in the country. Located on the southern coast, the iconic Carlaveric Castle, with its typical moat and triangular shape, is one of the most famous ones. 19. Breathtaking Scottish Islands. Scotland boasts of almost 800 islands. Only about 100 of them are permanently inhabited, which means the remaining islands offer pristine nature, breathtaking views, and unique wildlife. 18. World's longest echo. Set in an underground fuel depot constructed near Invergordon, Scotland before World War II, the longest reverberations time from start to finish was 112 seconds. 17. Loch Ness Monster. Reputedly occupying the Loch Ness Lake in the Scottish Highlands, the monster nicknamed Nessie is believed to be by some a plesiosaur. 16. Burns Cottage. Born in 1759 in Alloway, Robert Burns is considered to be the national poet of Scotland and one of the pioneers of the Romantic movement. The cottage where he was born has been fully restored and has become part of the Robert Burns Birthplace Museum. 15. Glenfinnan Viaduct. Built in 1898, the Glenfinnan Viaduct is a spectacular rail viaduct that has been featured in several films and television series, including Ring of Bright Water, Charlotte Gray, Stone of Destiny, and the Harry Potter movies. 14. Kilts. The traditional dress of men and boys in the Scottish Highlands of the 16th century, kilts are an integral part of the local culture and Gaelic heritage. However, these days, the kilt is usually worn only on formal occasions, folklore festivals, etc. 13. Edinburgh Castle. Perched high above the capital, the Edinburgh Castle is Scotland's most important and famous castle, dominating the city skyline for hundreds of years. The castle has been the site of numerous historical events and battles throughout Scottish history. 12. Unique Scottish coastline. Despite being a relatively small country, Scotland has an unusually long and indented coastline. Mainland Scotland has about 6,160 miles, which is about 9,910 kilometers of coastline, which is 3 times larger than that of England and twice that of France or Spain. If you include the numerous islands, it increases to an astonishing 10,250 miles or 16,500 kilometers. 11. Morag Monster. We talked about the Loch Ness Monster already, but Scotland has another mysterious resident. That's right, the Loch Ness Monster is not the only legendary creature allegedly living in Scotland. Hiding deep in the waters of Loch Morar in Scottish Highlands resides the Morag Monster. Witnesses say it is a large snake-like creature about 30 feet or 9 meters long. 10. Skara Brae. Located on the Bay of Scale in the Orkney Archipelago, Skara Brae is a stone-built Neolithic settlement dating back to about 3200 BC. 9. Highland Bagpipes. A bagpipe is another item commonly associated with Scotland. The first mention of bagpipes having been used in this country dates back to 1547, when they allegedly replaced a trumpet on the battlefields. 8. Loans and Quines. Now, I probably am saying this wrong, but if you're wondering what the heck these are, loans and quines, again, I probably mispronounced these words, are boys and girls in Doric dialect, a very specific dialect spoken in northern eastern Scotland. 7. Venue of world's first international soccer match. In 1872, Scotland versus England was the first ever official International Association football match. It was held at the West of Scotland Cricket Club's ground at Hamilton Crescent in Patrick. 6. Ben Nevis. Situated deep into the Highlands, Ben Nevis is at 1,344 meters or 4,409 feet, the highest mountain in the UK. 5. Callanish Stones. Located in the Outer Hebrides, the Callanish stones are an arrangement of standing stones placed in a cruciform pattern with a central stone circle. Built in the late Neolithic era, they were probably a center of ritual activity during the Bronze Age. 4. Glasgow Cathedral and Necropolis. Built in the 12th century, the Glasgow Cathedral is one of the prime landmarks of Scotland's largest city. Next to the cathedral, there is the Glasgow Necropolis, where over 50,000 people have been buried. 3. Scottish feral goats. Feral goats are a fairly common sight in the Scottish Highlands and are descendants of livestock abandoned by Highlanders during the Highland clearances. The goat act as a living reminder of the region's turbulent past. 2. One of the world's greatest sport derbies. The rivalry between the two famous Scottish soccer clubs, the Glasgow Rangers and the Celtic Glasgow, is enormous. It's deeply embedded in the Scottish culture and has largely contributed to the political, social, and religious division in Scotland. And 1. More redheads than anywhere else. Scotland has the highest proportion of red-haired people in the world. As much as 13% of the Scottish population has red hair, and approximately 40% carry the recessive redhead gene.